there's Kevin Focht, Chris Hurt here.
How's it going?
CreativeOrange.com. And we've been talking a little bit about, inspiration and just kind of how we started and stuff.
I know the reason we started.
Yeah, the reason we started, I guess.
Right.
And, we see this a lot with people, and it's fine if you want to go into it for solely business purposes, but we went into it for different reasons.
Yeah, just for, passion, I guess, is the only way to really describe it.
Yeah, we both kind of we didn't want to do anything else. It didn't matter if we were making money. We were just shooting. I was working to shoot is what I was doing.
I was too. I went a really long time before I made any money. And a long time before I thought about it too, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, because it was just shooting just to shoot. We talked
and
about
learning.
Yeah,
learning.
Yeah, and I remember we were talking about waiting for film to come back because we're so old. We're so old. We can remember when we actually shot Kodachrome. You know the song Kodachrome?
That's right.
We actually both shot Kodachrome.
And slide film. And when I was starting out, I would go out and I had to send the slide film back to. I lived in San Francisco, so I could either take it the place that did it in 3 hours, New Lab, in San Fran. They're awesome people. Or there was the 3-day, which was like half the price, and I always took the half the price place because I was spending between $400 and $600 a month on film and processing.
Oh yeah, easily. And see, mine, because where I would live, there was a camera store there that actually would fly the Kodachrome down to Palo Alto.
And have it done at Kilo and chuck it.
And then it would come back the next day, and an actual plane would fly into this little airport, and then the delivery guy would come and take all the Kodachrome around to everybody.
And Kevin would ride over there on his horse.
Yeah, exactly.
And pick it up.
So we would just be, I can't wait for it to come in.
Oh, I know.
But it's like both of us would shoot just to shoot.
Yeah, at that point I was honestly just shooting to learn. I mean, doing it to learn, because I had read all the books and done all that, but I found that was the best way without having to, because reading books and even asking questions about your own images to people only goes so far. Where you go out and you start making them yourself, and you go, you apply it,
right.
And then you go, God, that makes sense now. That really makes sense now. But unfortunately, it used to take me 5 weeks and $125 to learn these things, because you'd shoot, I used to write my exposure settings down for each roll.
Oh, right.
And then number them, and I remember I got an F100 later that had the exposure. There was a $250 piece of software you could buy to where it would store the exposure data, and you could download the info into your computer. I never bought it.
See, you're a lot younger than me. There was no software involved when I started.
No, absolutely. But I'm a lot younger than you. I mean, just look at the hair.
Yeah.
But I was fascinated by the fact that I couldn't get it right a lot of the time, and it took me a long time to figure stuff out when I was out doing it.
I think just the main thing that when we're talking about this is that you need to have some passion for this. It's like you can't solely go into it for business purposes. It's still an art form to it, and I think too, it's like I think people need to slow down a little bit too. Where they go out and they just and aren't actually even looking at what they're photographing. They're just snapping away, and it's because it's digital. I find myself doing it too, but I've tried to slow down now and actually look at and I've noticed too with what I'm shooting now, I'm actually shooting a lot less frames, but getting better frames.
Right. I'll tell you what you can do. There's 2 things you can do to really slow yourself down. The first one is to turn off your image preview. Or put gaff tape over, don't use duct tape because you'll have to clean all the sticky stuff up. But gaff tape, you buy it at the photo store.
Ricky Bobby's over here making noise too. She's excited too about this.
Put that on the back of over your screen and shoot for a week without being able to look at the pictures. And it's going to slow you down to the point where you just think before you start. Instead of shooting and then checking to see if it's okay, you think before you shoot because you know this stuff.
Right.
Most people know. But if you're not thinking about it, we've just gotten so used to, it depends on what kind of photographer you are, but a tripod can slow you down immensely.
Right.
Because it just stops you and forces you to chill out and think. You got to set up, you got to look through it, you got to pay attention to your composition. It physically slows you down. And it works. It works really well.
And see, for me, what I do is I've gone back to how I used to shoot, where I would shoot a Polaroid, and look at my lighting and stuff and get that Polaroid right, and then I would shoot. And that's what I've started doing. I look at the LCD until I get everything the way I want it, and then I don't look at it anymore until I'm done.
All right.
And then I shoot. And because it's like you're losing, especially if you're shooting people, if you're shooting, looking, you're losing the connection with the person.
Oh yeah, and then they wonder.
Is it good? Is it maybe he doesn't like it?
Breaks it up. I just did another photo booth last night, and once I turned the image preview off, people started having a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Just that draw of, I want to see, and the kids are the worst, right?
Oh yeah, they're absolutely.
Like, I want to see. Yeah. It's like, I haven't gotten the picture yet. You know, and but adults are the same way, and it really does interrupt that flow if the photographer stops and looks, because the person wants to. They step out of where the focus plane, and they want to see what's going on. You know,
So anyway, we just wanted to kind of have a little conversation here on, you know, get some passion back in your photography. Don't always think of business. You know, granted you're trying to make money at it, but you know, you need to have an idea of art and like shoot for art sometimes, just for yourself. So
yeah, it's really important.
there you go. Thanks, Chris.
Talk to you later.